trei na sutury. Tańcuj na betonie wódz, tańcuj moja zirka.
Hi rollers, I hope you can hear me and see me because Streamlabs is saying that there are the dropped frames detected. Is it buffering for some of you? Awesome tune. It's the band Antibodies, Antitila in Ukrainian. It was a recommendation of Prometheus UA. Good song about the, well, dance. Yeah. It, like, the main words are dance. Dance my city. Guys, please tell me how much you would like to distribute the tickets. How many for you? For that epic flag that you can see here? Yeah, here. I decided not to hang it here today, but just provide the picture. On one side of the flag, there's thank you, Rick Rollers, signed by Chemik, chemist himself, the soldier who is actually drawn on that flag with katana. This is him, and that seems to be a famous photo. On the other side, you can see the brigade's patch, 63rd Brigade, and on the top, you can see this logo. It's Moon Planet FPV Group. On the other above the patch, you can see this 63rd Separate Mechanized Brigade Army of Drones. They are the part of the Army of Drones, and also on the flag you can see the main Directorate of Intelligence sign there at the top. Yeah, like there. Top right corner. Is the new 69 fundraiser already running? Yes, Sir Garrick. Just look at this beautiful patch that Andreslach made. Rolling Together to Victory. That's the one that each roller should have. So guys, if you don't have the means to get the patch, go to the Rollers Fund Rollers on our Discord. That's the channel that is called like that there, and request your patch. I think each roller should get that. Rolling Together with Rick, and yes, blood type Azov or Alpha 30 Bravo is getting back on the stream. Oh my god, guys, I'm really not in the shape to stream today, but I gotta stream anyway because, as I told you, we have responsibility to support our soldiers. So guys, let me show you an update from Hostomel Shelter. You rollers donated some money on the stream, on the last Sunday stream, to Hostomel Shelter, and our friend Fred Thornbury sent them $2,000 more, and they got the wood. I think it's not all the wood yet that they need, but I think it's at least half of it, because look at the photo. We created a working group, and guys, Fred, Lola, and Maria, they're working together. By the way, together with Glenda now. I added Glenda, so we have 4 people working on Hostomel Shelter, prospering, and Fred has contributed another $2,000 during the week. So it's just fantastic. And Maria sent us the photo of that pile of wood, so let's go and watch it. Look at this. It's really cool. That's a lot of wood, so you can see it on 2 sides. It would be awesome if she made a video, but I think it's easy to understand how much wood it is. Let's go to the auction page and see the bids. We have only a few bids for now. Unfortunately, not many of you placed a bid, but Philip Owert is again leading by example, placing the bids on this painting, on 2 of them actually. On this one, $210 bid placed. Thank you so much, Philip. and on this expensive one because it's amazing, and it's by the famous artist. It's hard to read the name of the artist. R and F dot Mo. Maybe not that artist, maybe not, guys. But there are still a few awesome paintings, like Unspoken by Tatiana Olejnik. I personally like this one very much. And you cannot see it on this photo, but there's yellow and blue inside of the eyes of the tired soldier who is, well, by the way, maybe it's a battle medic because they are wearing a mask, not the balaclava, because it looks like a medical mask. But anyway, this one is pretty impressive, and I really wonder why no one still placed a bid on this painting. This one impressed me one of the most back then when I visited that exhibition for the second time. And this one is a bit grim, but maybe some of you will want it. This one is called Chovanki, Hide and Seek, and it's, I think, about hiding from the Russian soldiers. Yeah, pretty grim. We already have a bid by Philip Owert on this one. That is called The Russian World. And yes, that's basically a red hurricane. Azovstal Defenders, guys, it's Ptashka. Do you remember Ptashka? She's a singer. She was singing songs on Azovstal. So here is the printed painting. So basically it's not a painting, but the printed image of her. And you know who's the author of this one? Vadim Yuditsky, the one that we visited with you when he was opening the exhibition. Do you remember that one? So, yes, my friends, this is what you can get, but that's not all. Also, Love Your Son by Lena Donets. I've been making a video about her. It's on my channel where she explained this painting and all the others. She told us when she painted it. She told us what she felt back then when she painted it. One more from Olex Runda. This one is also black and white, and this one is called is it like also hide and seek? Yeah, also hide and seek. Well, this one is not, yeah, it's not printed, it's painted. There's Must Have by Lena Donets. Also, Who Wants You Always Have These Axes there. She will explain it too. And Wind is, I think, is one of my favorite of her paintings. There's Printed Defenders. Oh, no, that's it, guys. I think this is the last one. Printed Defenders already went to Scream Boy. I also like this one a lot. And yeah, I ask you to go and place a bid. Some of the prices are not that big, like $150 for Lena Donet's paintings and $120 for Azovstal Defenders. Oh, guys, it's not printed. It's not printed. It's painted. Vadim Yuditsky painted this. So I think this one, basically from Azovstal, is something that a lot of you would want. So please go place a bid on this one. You can find the link in the description of the stream. To visit that platform, you need to follow that link. So please do that. Most of the paintings will, the donations from those paintings will be redirected to the Austrian Hospitallers fundraising. It's their evacuation bus. So that bus helps to save the lives of Ukrainian soldiers, and you can contribute to that by helping them with your donations with these bids, and they will be, in the end, donations. I will send money to them. So yeah, hello Troy from the chat. I see people are greeting you. Happy to have you here.
Grateful to be here. Grateful for everyone's time to join this your broadcast tonight. And I know you have to have it late enough for your Ukrainian audience, but yet in a good time zone for all of the people who support the war effort in the U.S. So appreciate you staying up so late, making this happen for both people, both
Uh,
both groups.
you mean me?
Yeah,
We
all
have,
over the world.
yeah, we have not that many Ukrainian viewers, mostly people from all over the world, but like maybe 2 or 3 Ukrainian viewers stay here. So, but people in Europe basically have the same time. So mostly we begin it in the evening, just because probably because it's comfortable for me primarily, or
Check.
not super comfortable, um, but this is the way, and it's been built up for for a long time, like for a year and a half already. So we do it always at the same time, so people would know when to come to the stream. Also, pretty useful to do it at the same time all the time.
Yeah.
So
Consistency special, that's for sure. And you've been, one of the most consistent YouTubers out there. All of us who've been following you for quite a while know that. And so your commitment to covering everything is quite impressive, my friend.
thank you. Well, not everything. I'm not covering the news. I'm not covering. I mean, I was starting with that. I had time to cover it, but the more I fundraise, the less time for that I have, and I gotta focus on constantly talking about money and donations and exhausting some people with that. But a lot of people are okay with that because they understand the importance of it. They understand how important it is to provide our soldiers with equipment because, unfortunately, both our government and all the partners, they cannot provide them with like all of it, with everything. It's just impossible with the bureaucratic machines and just with the speed, because usually in bureaucracy there's no speed, and they don't provide with the small accessories like drones, for example. Only in 2023, in the end of 2023, our Ministry of Defense started providing the army with drones, but with such a small amount of them that it's crazy. And these days, they are not efficient at all to provide our army with Mavics because they had some issues there, like they are skipping a month or two. It should not be skipped. It should be provided constantly because it's really easy to lose equipment in war. It can last for a few hours or minutes even, and you need to bring a replacement quick or lives will be lost. You, Troy, know that very well because you work with soldiers. Can you tell us more about your work? You shared some of it with me. Anything you would like to share with the rollers? Anything that could be shared with public? Please tell us that.
Yeah, Rick, to your point exactly, my eyes have really been open now that I've had the opportunity to represent Technology United for Ukraine and been on the zero line so frequently with these drone teams that I've worked with. Every drone team wants to adopt what we're doing, but they don't necessarily have the budget to get the components that are needed for this evolution of warfare that's being presented to them. And it's been, been here for 3 months now, and I'm just seeing these requests that these units made 2 months ago, where they're starting to get budget to allow them to source the
Mm-hmm.
parts that with the parts list that we provide, so they can buy everything here in the country and start making these modifications to their drones. There are also a lot of them. I was quite surprised. A 10-inch, a 7-inch, and a 10-inch drone platform is pretty much the common platform for FPV, and some of these mission requirements with the additional hardware that my team is introducing for the drone warfare front has additional weight. So a larger drone platform, such as a 13 or 15 inch, is what's truly needed.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have to fundraise, they have to get the commanders to give them a new budget, new allocation. And so I'm just seeing these things delivered. And that's what makes, your voice and the people who are sponsoring this program right now and your efforts, it's just, you guys save lives. I mean, truly are giving the money to the people who are making the difference on Zero Line. So, we're on the right side of history with this
Mm-hmm.
one, and it's humbling. But far as the mission itself, it's a drone mission that gives drones the ability to have greater capability when Russia has active REB, so active jamming. And it's just a unique approach that, again, gives us a greater reach. So typically the saying is, if they can fly, we can fly. So, just if there's active jamming on battlefield, everyone's shut down for that time period. But this simple technology that was developed with Technology United for Ukraine. I've got to give a shout out to a gentleman by the name of Heiner, who actually wrote so many checks and gives so much effort of his blood, sweat, and tears to get this project, delivered to Ukraine. I was blessed to be part of the team originally to come over and spend time. This is my fifth trip to Ukraine, and just to be able to focus on, my focus was improvement of the product and implementation on the battlefield. And we've had a successful mission, and that knowledge is being spread quickly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, so you worked together with James, Zero Ohms, one of the rollers. Can you please tell us how you met and tell us more about him? Because we would love to know him more since he's gone now. I think it's very important, even more important, to hear more stories about him. So he would be remembered and we could carry on his work and legacy.
Yeah, James was the very best of us. And, I only had the privilege of knowing him for about 10 months. And when we first came together, as a volunteer group, James was, uniquely skilled with communications, with his knowledge in communication. And the wonderful thing is, he was solution oriented, and definitely always was there to create, affordable solutions for Ukraine. And it was humbling to work with him because he had such knowledge. But most men, we know most people in this world are just complacent. They're just going to go with whatever least resistance is. And some people want to do things and make a stand. And some, a small percentage of the world actually does. And James not only took his time, he took his treasure, he took all of his effort and to support and defend Ukraine. And we know that just with his efforts that I had, working with him, his influence and his leadership with Technology United for Ukraine, and then just what he's done with his capital. I mean, how many vehicles did he buy? How many drones did he buy? He used his treasure for good, and that was to defend the Ukrainian people. And it was humbling. And just as a person, it was never about him. And he was incredibly supportive of efforts over here, and would do anything he could to help the Ukrainian people defend their country there. So yeah, he was the best of us and dearly missed there. But what's very unique is he also instilled this same passion for doing what's right into his kids. And he has he's got a great young man that's continuing great work for Ukraine. And that hopefully those products will be being delivered here soon as well. So a lot to be proud of.
Yeah, that's really awesome. What he was doing, that he succeeded in many things, and he was really an example of how dedicated, how resilient he could be, the one could be, and also generous and caring. So okay, I I told you that James started the fundraiser for the car for 102nd Brigade. He just messaged me or called me. I don't remember exactly. It was about 1.5 months ago, or maybe 2 already. But he said, Rick, may I ask you to help with the fundraiser to actually provide one unit that I know with a truck, but with a good one. How much it will cost to get them a good one? I said like $11,000 or $12,000. But because that's what we usually get in lately for soldiers that they are satisfied with. He said,
Yes.
okay, well, I know that you have a line of fundraisers and units are waiting in that line. So I will just do that fundraiser among my friends. I will donate my money and we will not overwhelm your fundraising line with another fundraiser because yeah, we are capable of that. So he started, I think it was like his friends at home. He was at home at that time and he was just started collecting money among his friends and started sending the donations to my PayPal specifically for that fundraiser. Then Vadim, it's his friend also, and James was very kind to him. Vadim Tarhonsky, he is joining the chat time to time. He created the monobank jar to gather the money for that fundraiser. And right now, that monobank jar is on, well, 85%. Only less than $2,000 left to raise to close that fundraiser. So this one has been frozen, almost frozen for 2 or 3 weeks now. And I think today is a good, well, occasion, probably that's the word, to close this fundraiser, to honor James's wish, to honor James's initiative that he started for this unit, and that he cared, about. Are you receiving requests from soldiers like to get to them and to teach them and provide them with technology?
We have a lot of requests, and they are more than welcome. If they want to learn about fiber, that's why we're here. We're actually streamlining the process with the Ukrainian military, thank goodness, to where they can go onto a Ukrainian military site that's obviously protected. I can't even get on it, but the information will be shared there for the resources and the build and how to implement this immediately. And we've got some people putting that together for us. So 100%, please, they can reach out to you. I'll give you the link. You can start sharing it at will or with your units. 100%. We're here to help the Ukrainian military in defending this country.
Awesome. Thank you, man. I think they might be already using that technology. By the way, do you know of any other digital type of drones being used particularly to strike the wings of Russians? Or is it most likely they're using the fiber optics drone?
As far as the fiber and that, using it for that purpose, I couldn't speak to that. That's not something I've seen or am knowledgeable of. Are there many platforms that are used to take down other drones, air to air? Absolutely. And that's not quite my focus. Again, our focus on this mission was to get mass adoption, mass awareness, and also it turned out to provide develop a supply chain for the fiber components. And that's what we're providing now, that information, so that it continue to spread, quickly. More information to come, but yes, just reach out to Rick, and the websites and different information is being put together in a centralized location that's available for Ukrainian military there. And I will tell you, you can pre-order some of these drones now. Some of the people we originally worked with earlier when we first got here 3 months ago, and they have their versions of the fiber drone that can be pre-ordered. And so again, we're making that progress. So here's what's unique. You're 100%. There fiber drones being used in Ukraine. They're correct, but they're being sourced from outside of the country, and that's what's unique about what Technology United for Ukraine has done is we provided not only an American-Ukrainian partnership in this development to where we brought over a minimal viable product, and now the Ukrainian people, these different units, these different drone manufacturers have made it even better there. So the victories we're having on Zero Line now is with a Ukrainian design fiber drone and not one that we're picking up from supply chains that could be just selling to the highest bidder. Let's just say that.
Okay, got it. And then I wanted to ask you if you like maybe your general opinion on how drones change the battlefield. I mean, there are many obvious takes on that, right? And it's been like a lot has been said, but maybe like I like to ask that question because maybe some details, maybe some unique perspective will rise up. So, what do you think, Troy?
That's a great question. So how have drones changed this, warfare as we know it? And Rick, just some background is I came over. My first trip to Ukraine was as a United States Marine. I was with a infantry unit, and we trained with the Ukrainians infantry tactics in Odessa. Now, again, this was probably when you were in kindergarten, but this was back in 2006, and I learned then how determined and professional the Ukrainian military is. That was again 20, almost 18 years ago. But at that time, we were learning tactics. What we were training together was to defend the country against an attack, and Russia was the adversary in those scenarios. So we didn't have drones. That wasn't even part of the equation. So now,
Mm-hmm.
Obviously the battlefield's completely changed where the drones dictate movement. Is a 360 environment, and the Ukrainians are learning in lessons, and the world's paying attention, and I know that the Marine Corps is paying attention right there, because anywhere we can send a drone and not send a Marine or soldier is going to save a life. So it's the environment is, we've gone out on mission now several times, and there's more drones in the sky than I see people, and it's surreal in that regard. So yeah, warfare. This isn't going back in the bottle. And every drone that again, there's not budget for this. This isn't the normal war where we're buying bullets and rifles. So having the donations from your kind of the people who understand how important it is to be on the right side of history is just invaluable. So again, much thanks to all the people who are donating so generously and tonight. Well, I just want to be clear, again, my background is not drones. I just recognize an amazing opportunity for Ukraine. So let's be clear. This fiber drone originally came from an article that was published in, I believe, Ukraine Defense. It was an online publication March 8th of this year. And so we were fortunate enough, I had already volunteered with Technology United for Ukraine, and we got the guys together and said, "Hey, can we build this?" And 3 months
Mm-hmm.
later, we landed in Ukraine with a minimal viable product there that was able to go and do mission. Now we've had a lot of refinement since then. We've had a lot of input. We worked with approximately 30 different units. A lot of them are drone developers, and they are all making it a better version of this, which is great. You give Ukrainians anything, and they will be able to weaponize it to defend this country. So giving them a platform that was already mission capable, and then the Ukrainians just making it better with all of our development partners, it's been phenomenal. So another job that I have to make sure that we're doing as a group is getting the best, whatever the newest and better versions are, and sharing that so we can continue to have ease of mass adoption right there. Like we're currently widening the platforms that it can be flown on. We've got a development partner with Heron Precision there. They actually wrote a custom software for it and came out. We did our mission on Heron Precision software. So I mean, these guys spent hours, never charged us a penny for this development. but they made sure that everything could talk together. We've got other people building their own versions of software.
Hmm.
I don't want to be biased towards any one manufacturer because there's so many who are now coming online. But we were able to go in there initially, as Technology United for Ukraine, and give them the initial kit to get them started. So before, since I was the guy on the ground, before we left, we always made sure that they were up and flying and had, at least enough parts so they can make their own version and get the conversation going. And then, of course, there's follow up to encourage the innovation. And then once people see what it was doing, the military units, they would start making that demand. And once they're, because you have to have business, obviously,
Hmm.
and a financial incentive to make the product so that they're bringing it into the country and making it better. And that's been a great blessing as well. So it's taken time, but to have that, that confirmed mission there with the video documentation, it's a great way to end, knowing that knowing that it was successful, and we've got so many people working on this.
Um, okay, Troy, I just got a sudden question to you
Okay.
in my mind. Um, do you know anything about U.S. Marines or any other type of forces actually implementing the modern drones into their, well, not only training, but like usage of them in the future? On the tactics, probably. Do you know anything about that? Some
Well, I
updates?
can speak. I can speak to what's publicly known,
Yeah.
and that's just through simple articles like the Marine Corps Times, and that the Marine Corps is, as always, leading, tip of the spear on the implementation of drone warfare as it pertains to, winning on the battlefield. And I've been privileged of having some great conversations that, where I see some things behind the scenes of the
Mm.
effort of the individual commander, leader, even so the even a lot of effort. People are watching, and not only people are watching, but leadership is learning from those lessons, and it's being, best practices are being implemented across the forces right there. And that's public knowledge. There's multiple articles on this, so it's no trade secrets. And again, I'm not, I'm here as a volunteer, just to be clear.
Hmm? Are there electronic warfare drones? They could hover and cover, just need long battery life.
Let me read it. I didn't get the question. Are there electronic warfare drones that could do
Yeah.
what? I'm sorry.
Well, they basically, the question is just, are there electronic warfare drones that you are aware of? Because I've heard about that technology, probably already not being used, but being like an idea. But yeah, what do you think, Troy?
I didn't get the idea part of the electronic warfare drones to do what purpose? I'm sorry.
To jam whatever they need to jam, like they can fly to, let's say, to another drone and jam it,
Hmm.
or they can just stay in the sky, for example.
And who asked this question? What was the person's name?
Keith Kane. But
Keith, how do you know about that? So yes, the Ukrainians are doing some amazing things that, to give them every advantage. But also, we got to remember that, unfortunately, and it saddens, us to say this, that, the enemy is, also very, aware of signals and very capable as well. And sometimes we get the advantage for a season, and then that even the evolution shifts, and they figure it out, and vice versa. So, but yeah, you're on track, and that's the kind of volunteers we're looking for. So if you know how to make that kind of stuff, come volunteer with us. We need your, donate here, but we need your mind, to over here with Technology United for Ukraine.
and the last question was from Cass, but I think it's more like a rhetorical one because I can answer that. I'm wondering why units are still requesting Mavics rather than ordering Ukrainian drones, which seem more cost effective. Are they're just not enough, or do they do different things? So I can reply to that. The thing is, no, Ukrainian drones are not more cost efficient than Mavics, because Chinese do the cheapest drones possible. Like, Ukrainian drones are 2 to 10 times more expensive of the same type as Mavics than Mavics, because those, yeah, it's not that easy, guys. You need to have a huge production on the scale of the Chinese production to offer that price that they offer for Mavics. So, yeah, not that easy. Maybe you have something to object with, Troy? What do you think?
I don't, what you hit, the scale of production, being right there in the country that's manufacturing all the components that go into the drone, it's, obviously have a price advantage there. But it is amazing what Ukraine is building, and it's definitely quality. But you're right, at a price point, it's a great value. That's proven by the request and how many are in the sky. So, well, hey, Rick, that's pretty much. I'm down to
Yeah.
3% again. Phone's getting hot, but I want to thank you for having me on for this time. I'm truly grateful that we were able to, again, honor James and get his fundraiser, what he started initially. I remember him referencing that vehicle and that he was working with you on this. And so to have that closer to completion, you'll do the final numbers. And I'm also grateful that this audience liked the idea of doing some dedications of drones and the munitions. We'll put those special messages on those drones and get them sent over to its intended and their intended recipients. And I'm grateful to put that together. We will also have that flag that I'll be picking up when I go back east, and I will make sure that I send you pictures of that so we know how to just promote it a little bit better so people can understand the significance of that
Yeah.
date, the history in drone development. And I'm great. Thank you for letting me be on the broadcast.
Thank you for
with you
being
a
here,
while.
man. That's a pleasure to talk to you. You really have that positive energy, and thank you so much for making my day much better, because it was kind of a grim day for me, and now it's much
sorry.
better. Thank you, man.
I'm sorry to hear that. And then, just leaving, I'll tell you, the viewing audience that stays with us, with you, is they're the cream of the crop. They're the best of us right there. And also, a big thanks. I wouldn't be here without a gentleman by the name of Heiner and an amazing volunteer team with the guys who Technology United for Ukraine and everyone, up the food chain, our pilots to all the people in Kharkiv, just everyone who made this project a success. So, guys, appreciate you. Have a great evening wherever you are. Semper Fi. Thank you again.
Thank you, my friend. Bye. Good night. Well, it was a pleasure. A huge pleasure. Wow, that was a good guy. He is a good guy. That was. Thank you for being here today. Yeah. Okay, guys. Troy was a great motivator for fundraising, like you, Rick. Congrats to you both for meeting and exceeding the goals. So glad James' fundraiser is done. The last one to close this fundraiser. Rick, the Ukrainians community, to close it with love and respect. Slava Ukraini. And the progress bar will update now. And we're gonna go on 100%. 3, yes. 500,000 raised. Big thanks to Wally Drennan for donating $5,000 alone to this campaign, and for James himself and his friends for donating $4,500. And yeah, Rollers did the rest. Thank you, Rollers. You are the best. Let's do the raffle. Let's go. So how many tickets do we have there? Tickets for Danielle. 512 tickets, guys. Wow. You bought them only in a week. 512 tickets. Let's go and put it in here. 512. Let's put up the timer. Let's do 45 seconds today. And turn off the sound. And guys, 3, 2, 1. Beep, beep, beep. And action. Number 440. And who is that? 440. Wow. It's Bina. Ticket from Fred Thornbury. Oh my god. Bina, are you still there? That is fantastic. Thank you, Fred. Thank you for your generosity and for I don't know, for all of your rollers' generosity. Not just Fred's, but in this case, Fred's generosity. Splitting tickets into... That's your third, really? Your third victory by... I mean, like your ticket, but someone else is winning, right? I did not show the screen. Oh my god, guys. I am so sorry. Here it is, 440 Bina, and let's go back. I'll give you a proof. Here, number 440. But anyway, it's 440. Even though I was not showing the screen at that time, I show it to you now. Now you can see the winners here. And Bina's here. I'm so happy. I never win. Now you do. Now you win, and you won. So, my friend, congratulations. I'm happy that you are present at this moment. Congratulations to you. Wait, okay guys, the website. Let's go. Video calls, voice calls. The one that Junjo starts the project. I like the project. I think you rollers should participate, especially those of you who maybe went through cognitive behavioral therapy. I think that might have something to do with that. You will get the value of this challenge. So let's go and read the new page there. Voice calls are available to help you get and stay motivated for the 30-day challenge. Contact me, Junjo, via Discord, and we can set up the initial 90-minute call. These calls are not psychotherapy. They are motivational meetings to explore which goal might be best for you at this time, and to identify obstacles, solutions, and a good plan for success. You do not need to participate in a voice call in order to join the challenge. Yeah, guys, to join the challenge, you don't necessarily need to participate, but Junjo will help you to figure out which way is the best to reach your goals and to set them in the first place. So guys, I really like the challenge, and I encourage you to participate. We gotta figure out if we want to do it closer to the new year, like in the beginning of December, so in 1.5 months. And I think it's a good way to do it. But maybe, Junjo, what do you think? You think? What do you think? Is it gonna be better to do it before the new year? It sounds logical. A lot of people like to change on the new year, but this way we're gonna encourage them to change even before the new year. Like the very first day of the new year, they may proudly say, I went through the challenge successfully, and I actually did not slip up, and I can just get into the new year with a new skill, with a new something. Rick, I just want everyone to know what day we will start so they can get mentally prepared. Yeah, let's do it before the new year. I like the idea. Rick, they can get a 30-day head starty on their New Year resolution. Exactly. So, guys, let's do it. Let's start it on the 1st of December, and it's going to be 31-day challenge to, well, let's read how it works. To level up. Level up this month, meaning to December, and raise money for Ukraine with that. These are the rules. When you set your goal at the beginning, you will commit to an amount to donate each time you fail and or succeed at your goal. For example, my goal is to meditate for 15 minutes per day. Today I missed it, so I donate $10. I missed it also the next day, so I donate another $10. You can see how this is a win-win. You either successfully give yourself a good healthy experience, or you donate to Ukraine. You can also do it as a celebration. For example, I meditated 15 minutes per day each day this week, so I donate $25. Awesome. Per week, right? And you can commit to donating a certain amount for missing, a certain amount for winning, or do both. Yeah, that's fantastic. It's all individual, no pressure. By the way, guys, Junjo sent me their license, the certificate, and I can confirm that it's legit, and this is a psychologist certified one. So I love you guys for everything you do for Ukraine, me, and most importantly for our army, our soldiers. You are the salt of the earth, people. Don't forget about that. Take care, rock and rollers. Take care, my friend. Take care. Quite tired, by the way. Hello to you. I forgot to greet you. Okay, guys. It's time. Wish you to live long, prosper, and donate. And you know what? We also gotta thank our defenders for standing for all of us. So thank you, defenders, for your service. And Slava Ukraini. Героям слава. Thank you for watching. Please like this video, leave any comment under it, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. You can find the full stream recording. This clip was taken from here. And I invite you to join us on Rick the Ukrainian here for live streams and videos from Ukraine. Thank you, and live long and prosper.